5 homes, all under 100 grand. And I'm not padding this list with garden sheds pretending to be houses. Today we're going deep on just 5, because honestly, that's more useful than rushing through 10 and telling you nothing real about any of them. I want you to walk away knowing the actual square footage, the actual price range, and, most importantly, what I'd change if it were my build. Let's get into it. Quick ask before we dive in. If you're into real numbers on housing and not just pretty renderings, hit subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel keep making videos like this one. We have to start here, because everyone's obsessed with this one, the Boxabl Casita. Here's the wild part. This home ships folded flat on a truck. Then on site, it unfolds. Like origami, but it's a house. A few hours later, you've got a fully formed structure sitting on your foundation. 375 square feet. 1 bathroom. A real kitchen. Not a hot plate and a mini fridge. Turnkey cost usually lands somewhere between $55,000 and $99,000, depending on your site prep and where you live. Now, my honest opinion. The engineering here is genuinely impressive. I don't say that about many prefab companies. But let's talk reality. Right now, it's still mostly pre-order territory, and availability is limited to a handful of states. So if you're picturing one in your backyard by next month, slow down. This is a get on the list and be patient situation, not a buy it Tuesday situation. Design mistake to avoid with a home this small? Don't try to cram a king bed and a full dining set in there. Small footprint homes live or die on furniture choices. Go multifunctional. A daybed that's also a couch. A table that folds against the wall. Fight for every square foot. Second up, the Bigfoot Amber Cove. This one's a manufactured home, and I want to flag that distinction right away, because manufactured and modular are not the same thing. Manufactured homes are built to a federal code, the HUD code, and that affects your financing options down the road. Modular homes get built to local building codes, just off-site, and they're treated more like a traditional house for lending and appraisal purposes. Know which one you're buying before you fall in love with the floor plan. The Amber Cove clocks in at 476 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and lands around $86,000 all in. My favorite feature? The layout. So many homes this size waste square footage on hallways and dead space. This one doesn't. Every foot is doing a job. If I'm being picky, and I always am, I'd want more storage built into the walls. 1-bedroom homes always underestimate how much stuff a person actually owns. Vertical storage, built-in shelving, that kind of thing. Worth asking the manufacturer about before you sign anything. Now let's talk about actually fitting a family in under 100K, because that's the question I get asked the most. Craft-Mart has a 1,280 square foot plan. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, split bedroom design. That means the primary bedroom sits on one side of the home, and the other 2 bedrooms sit on the opposite side. I genuinely love this layout, and here's why. If you've got kids, or you're renting out a room, or you just want space from your partner's 6 a.m. alarm, separation matters. It's a small architectural choice that makes a massive difference in daily life. This is the kind of detail that separates a house that just exists from a house that actually works for how people live. Now the catch, and this is important, what you're often paying for here is the shell, the structure itself. Plumbing, electrical, interior finishes. That's a separate line item. I've seen people get excited about a $30,000 number and think they're basically done. You are not done. Budget for utilities and finishing separately, or your under 100K home turns into a 140K home real fast. Home number 4 is for anyone who actually cares about their power bill. Extreme Panels Structural Insulated Panel Kits, or SIPs. Pricing ranges roughly from $49,000 up to $136,000, so plenty of options land comfortably under our budget. Here's what makes SIPS different. The insulation is baked directly into the panel itself, instead of stuffed into a stick-framed wall after the fact. The result is a tighter building envelope, less air leakage, lower heating and cooling costs, sometimes dramatically lower. My honest opinion? This is the most underrated category on this entire list. Nobody gets excited about insulation in a YouTube comment section. But 5 years into owning the home, you're the one smiling at your utility bill while your neighbor isn't. The design mistake here isn't with the panels, it's with the windows. People get so focused on the wall performance that they skimp on window quality to save money. Don't do that. A great SIPS shell with cheap, drafty windows is like buying a great insulated jacket and leaving it unzipped. Last one, and honestly, it might be my favorite on this list. A steel-framed Barndominium Shell Kit. I know the style is polarizing. Some people see a metal building and think barn, not home. But look at the numbers with me for a second. DIY steel kits can run around $20 per square foot for the shell. Do that math on a 2,000 square foot home. That's a $40,000 shell. Even after adding foundation, plumbing, electrical, and interior finishing, a lot of people are landing well under $100K for a genuinely large home. That's the part people miss. Square footage per dollar. Barndominiums are hard to beat. Here's my one non-negotiable, and I mean this seriously. Insulate it properly. I see this mistake constantly. People get so excited about the low shell price that they cut corners on insulation to save a few more $1,000s. A poorly insulated metal building is brutal. It's an oven in July and a freezer in January. Spend the extra money on proper spray foam or panel insulation. It's the single best dollar you'll spend on this build. All right, before you go chasing any of these, one universal rule. Whatever number a manufacturer advertises, that's usually the factory price, not the final price. Foundation, delivery, site work, utility hookups, tack on another 30 to 50% as a realistic estimate. Always ask for the turnkey number, not just the shell number. That question alone will save you from a nasty surprise 6 months into your build. If you made me pick just one from today, it's the Barndominium. That price per square foot is unmatched, and it's flexible enough to make it genuinely yours. As long as you don't cheap out on the insulation. Which one of these 5 would you actually build? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one.